the priest of the Midian, and he went deep into the wilderness near Sinai, the mountain of God. Suddenly the angel of the Lord appeared to him as a blazing fire in a bush. Moses was amazed because the bush was engulfed in flames, but it didn't burn up. Amazing, Moses said to himself, "Why isn't that bush burning up? I must go over to see this." When Moses saw that when the Lord saw that he had caught Moses' attention, God called to him from the bush, "Moses, Moses." "Here I am," Moses replied. Do not come any closer." God told him, "Take off your sandals, for you are standing on holy ground." Then he said, "I am the God of your ancestors, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob." When Moses heard this, he did hide his face in his hands because he was afraid to look at God. Then the Lord told him, "You can be sure I have seen the misery of my people in Egypt. I have heard their cries for deliverance from their harsh slave driver. Yes, I am aware of their suffering. So I have come to rescue them from the Egyptians and led them out of Egypt into their own good and spacious land. It is a land flowing with milk and honey, the land where the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Perizzites, the Vittites, and the Jebusites live. The cries of the people of Israel have reached me, and I have seen how the Egyptians have oppressed them with heavy tasks. Now go, for I am sending you to Pharaoh. You will lead my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt. But who am I to appear before Pharaoh?" Moses asked God, "How can you expect me to lead the Israelite out of Egypt?" Then God told him, "I will be with you, and this will serve as a proof that I have sent you. When you have brought the Israelite out of Egypt, you will return here to worship God at this very mountain." But Moses protested, "If I go to the people of Israel and tell them, 'The God of your ancestors has sent me to you,' they won't believe me. They will ask, 'Which gods are you talking about? What is his name?' Then what shall I tell them?" God replied, the 14th verse, "I am the one who always is. Just tell them, 'I am has sent me to you.' I am have sent me to you." God also said, "Tell them, 'The Lord, the God of your ancestors, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob have sent me to you.' This will be my name forever. It has always been my name, and it will be used throughout all generations." Amen. Praise be to God. I want to talk to you, amen, about, amen, I am that I say I am. Praise be to God. Because truly, the Lord is who he say he is. Amen. And I was just riding down the road and I was thinking, one day I said, "Lord, so many times you think you know people. You know what I'm talking about? And then they say they're one person, but then they turned out to be somebody else." But one thing about the Lord, he is who he say he is. Amen. In your life. It says in reality, God refers to himself by only one name. In the Bible, he calls himself the great I am. God said unto Moses, "I am that I am, he has thus shall thou say unto the children of Israel, I am has sent me to Exodus." Amen. And see, the Lord was telling Moses at the time, amen, he heard the people, he knew what all they was going through, amen, and he wanted to deliver them. And he chose Moses to do this task, amen. And he sent Moses down, and you know, a lot of times, amen, when God gives people something to do, amen, praise be to God, they find excuses and they find reasons to back out of it. Amen, praise be to God. And the thing about it is, Moses said, "Well, who am I, to go down here and to tell these people, amen, that what you said, amen." And Moses, the Bible said that Moses even protested. "If I go to the Israel and tell them, 'The God of your ancestors has sent me to you,' they won't believe me. They will ask, 'Which God are you talking about? What is his name? And then what shall I tell them? And God told them to tell them, I am has sent me to you. Amen. And what I was saying is, so many times, amen, see, God is who he say he is. Amen. And God had many names, but he had one name. He made one statement that summed up everything he is. He said, I am. Amen. I am that I say I am. Amen. Praise be to God. It says, what does the Lord mean by saying his name is I am? He is telling us that he is the everlasting one, the true God. Amen. With no beginning and no end. He always was, he is right now, and he will always be. As he explained it to Moses, I am whatever you need at any point in your life. This is my nature to be for you, whatever you need at any given time. And you got to know that whatever you need at any given time, that God is what he say he is. Amen. Because as I was saying, sometimes people disappoint you, because you look for people, amen, they'll tell you, I got your back, I'm going to do this, I'm that, amen, praise be to God. And a lot of times, amen, we get to know people and we think we know people, but as we go along this life journey, we find out that these people are not who they say they are. Amen, praise be to God. As he explained to Moses, I am whatever you need at any point in your life. And God is letting us to know, whatever you need, he is whatever you need at this point in your life. And you got to know that. Amen. And the Lord also lets us know, amen, that we need to put our trust in him. Amen. Because one thing about it, the I am will not let you down. Amen. The I am will always come through for you. If you need something for him, amen, I am will come through for you. Amen. Because he even tells us in his word that I am your Jehovah Jireh. Amen. Meaning I will provide whatever you need. Amen. Amen. See, so many people have names for them. Some call them their lily of the valley. Amen. Amen. Some call him the bridge over troubled water. But whatever you need, he is what you need. Amen. If you need a bridge over some troubled water, amen, he will be that bridge for you to cross over. Amen. I am that I am in your life with whatever you need. If you need a lawyer, guess what? He is your lawyer. Amen. If you need a judge, guess what? He is your judge, because he said, I am what I am. Amen. Whatever you need. Amen. People tell you, amen, I'll be there for you. I got your back. Amen. Amen. Instead of having your back, praise be to God, they stab your back. Amen. But one thing about the Lord, amen, he will not stab your back. If he say, I got your back, he got your back. Amen. It says only the name of God gave for himself. The ancient Hebrews also referred to him by several other names in order to help describe his nature and character. The names are expression of who you are, Lord, and is what he is like. It is important to note that we can know someone's name without having a clear idea of who that person is or what they really is. You think you know people, my God, but if you keep living, you will find them out. Amen. Praise be to God. You will find them out quickly if you keep living and walking with the Lord. Amen. Amen. But one thing I like about my daddy, he is who he say he is. If he say he's your friend, guess what? He is your friend. Amen. Amen. If he say that he is your shepherd, guess what? He is your shepherd. He is not going to switch out on you. Y'all know folks will switch out on you. Amen. Praise be to God. They'll say they got your back, Minister Pace. But if you turn your back, they'll stab your back. That's how they got your back. They'll say they come through for you. Amen. Praise be to God. But if sometimes they'll even let you down on that. Amen. Praise be to God. I'm talking about that I am is who he say he is in your life. And one thing about it, he will not let you down. Amen. See, folks will let you down. Amen. Praise be to God. It says the name of expressions of who the Lord is what he is like. Amen. Sometimes we think we know people, like I said, because we know their name, but we really don't know the person. Amen. Praise be to God. Y'all hear me say, a lot of times, amen. Praise be to God. When you live with people, amen, you fellowship with people, amen, and then you think you know people. Amen. Praise be to God. You know, I tell you, life will show you. I'm always, me and my husband, we laugh about things and we joke about things, and y'all hear me say this all the time. And especially, amen, praise be to God, when they're having funeral services, and they always put on the program 2-minute reflection. Amen. Praise be to God. And I always tell them, and we laugh because we have a sense of humor about things, and I was talking, and we were saying how sometimes some people get up, and even they say 2 minutes, some take 20 and 30. Amen. And I told my husband, my mother-in-law used to tell me she didn't want all of that. She didn't want all of that. She said, even when she buried on my father-in-law, she didn't have that on there. And then she said, I don't want it on mine. Amen. She, praise be to God. Because she said, what folks need to tell me and want to tell me, they need to tell me why I can hear it. Amen. Praise be to God. And then she said, on top of that, some get up lying. Amen. Praise be to God. And then some folks don't want to tell you nothing until you're dead. Amen. When you can't hear it. Amen. They want to get up and say, oh, he was this and he was that. But then when they walk by you every day, wouldn't even tell you nothing. Didn't even want to give you an encouraging word. Didn't even want to say something to help lift your spirits. But then when you're all laid out and stretched out, they want to tell you. Amen. Praise be to God. Amen. But we got to know that. And I told my husband, I said, well, honey, I said, you ain't got to worry about it. I said, because I live with you every day. Been living with you, amen, for 24 years. Amen. Praise be to God, this September. And I said, what can somebody tell me about you? I said, I live with you. I said, I know the good, the bad, and the ugly. Amen. If somebody want to get up and say something good, I know about that. If somebody want to get up and say something bad, I know about that. If somebody want to get up and say you act ugly, I know about that. Amen. Praise be to God. Amen. Because I live with them. You know what I'm talking about? It's that sometimes we think we know people, but we really don't know them. You know what I'm talking about? Amen. You got people that walk together. The Bible tells us how can we agree unless we walk together. You got people that you think that are walking with you. They're not walking with you. Amen. They tell you that they're walking with you and they're in agreement with you, but they're not walking with you. Amen. It says that we know what they say, but are they who they really are? Amen. Because I'm trying to tell you today, amen, that they will switch out on you. But one thing about my Father, he is who he say he is. Amen. He will do what he say he will do. Amen. It says that we have the tendency to say things, but somewhere down the road, we find people who are really aren't what they really say that they are. It says that so many times people will say to one another, if they say that they are your friend, they will say that they got your back through thick and thin and covering your back. Instead of covering your back, like I say, they stab your back. Amen. But one thing I want to let you know, praise be to God, they'll even tell you, even in relationships, my God, some will say, I got your back. Some will say, you my boo, you whatever. We got names for our husbands and our wives. Even and it's true, y'all. I'm just being real. Even in relationships. Amen. You think that people are for you even in relationships. Don't you know that there's some hit devils, male and female out there that has been assigned from the enemy to sabotage you, to come in, amen, to kill, steal, and destroy. Amen. Praise be to God. Even in relationships, amen. And that's the reason why we have to be so careful, even in relationships. We have to make sure, amen, that the one, amen, that we're going to stand before God and we're going to stand before men and say, I do too. We better make sure that God sent that man to you, or vice versa. You better make sure that you heard from God even in that part. Amen. Praise be to God. Because you can get in some things and you can get in some relationships. Amen. Praise be to God. And you thinking that they were sent from God. Amen. Praise be to God. You better know that you know that I am sent that man. Amen. Because the Bible tells us, amen, when a man findeth a wife, he findeth a good thing. Amen. You're supposed to be his good thing. You're not supposed to be his punching bag. Amen. Praise be to God. And you're not supposed to be his money bag. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Amen. Praise be to God. You're to be his helpmeet.